Everybody in YouTube land, Mystical Love and Light here. This is on another part of starseeds. Like major signs of starseeds. So, which starseed are you? What do you identify with? If you haven't watched my first video, make sure you go back and watch it, because it also gives different types of starseeds. There's lots of starseeds that they've come from different galaxies, different planets, different universes, and they migrated this way to planet Earth. So a lot of people, millions of people on this planet that we call humans, have DNA from others out in the galaxy. So, are you a starseed? Let's give you some signs of starseeds and see which one that you resonate with, if you even resonate with any of them. Okay? My notes, I downloaded it off the internet. Now, I've been a starseed. I've known it since I was about 10 years old. I've also known my sister, my older sister was, and I don't even think that she realized it. But at a very early age, with what we could do in the family and how spiritual she was, I don't think she made that connection, but I've known it for eons. Okay, so these are some major signs. Listen to them. See if you resonate with them. You may resonate with majority of them, part of them, maybe none of them, maybe different ones. Just because they're not on this list doesn't mean you're not a starseed. It just means it wasn't covered in here. There's a lot of starseeds that we're not aware of yet. Okay? Homesickness. So that would be, you feel like, I don't belong here. I don't belong on this planet. Like, this is an alien planet to you. Like, you're homesick. You belong somewhere else. You know, you're staring at the sky all the time. You're noticing things, you know, around the moon, or, you know, the sun, or just looking at the different stars, wondering what's out there. Chances are you're a starseed because you're homesick. Okay? Strong sense of being different or not belonging on this earth. You love extraterrestrial shows and programs. And I resonate with a lot of these. And anybody that's ever watched my channel can probably figure that one out too. You're an empath. You'll probably be sitting there going, check, check, nah, check, nah, 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 check. See which ones. Comment below on, get your pen and paper, pencil, write down which one resonates with you. Put them in the comment. I'm telling you here, so I'm going first, telling you which ones resonate with me. So far, the first one, homesickness. Strong sense of being different or not belonging on Earth, yes. You love extraterrestrial shows and programs, yes. You're an empath, yes. So far, it's all yeses. Not that all of them will be yeses, but comment below on what you resonate with. Strong sense of unfulfilled purpose. Like, now I'm always trying to, like, show people how to do things. Freedom seeker. Yep. You're intelligent and love learning. Well, I love learning. I don't know about intelligent. When it comes to technical crap, I don't know nothing. Your intuition is strong. Definitely strong. I listen to my intuition because it's my guides telling me what to do. You've experienced a deep spiritual awakening. You are a highly sensitive person. You have psychic or paranormal abilities. I think I can stop saying yes because so far it's pretty much all of them. You've had a triggering major trauma, life experience, or event. Now that could fall under a specific death in your family. Sometimes something is so traumatic that something in your head clicks or changes, and then you start realizing things. So it could be maybe an accident you had, maybe somebody's passed in your life. Maybe someone left you in your life and that was a trauma situation. So it could be different things, okay? I may be turning the air on in a minute. It was cold when I sat down, and it doesn't take long to start getting warm. You've had a triggering major trauma, life experience, or event. That's what we just went over. You feel like you're an old soul who has been here before. Holistic health and natural remedies interest you. It says it all right there. You have an aversion to harm or violence. Babies, children, and animals are drawn to you. You imagine what life would be like on other planets or galaxies. You're fascinated by astronomy and spirituality. Others are drawn to your ability to help and support them. Yep. There's a gnat in here. I just hit my arm and it got away anyway, so it'll come back. You're into conspiracy theories and documentaries. No comment here. You're a vegetarian or vegan. I'm either one. Yeah, I like my meat, sorry. You feel that you've inherited very little of your parents' traits. Now, that part's not true with me because my mom, she could do more things than what she let us know. Because I can remember now, in hindsight, things that she said that would not have made sense to me at a very young age. But now, in hindsight, I know what she was saying. So my mom could do a lot and knew a lot. She just didn't let us know, but we know now. I know now. Her birthday was yesterday. 25 years she's been passed. But I know she's still here guiding me too. You feel that you've inherited very little from your parents and traits. So that's what we just went over. You had imaginary friends as a child. I don't see them as imaginary friends as a child because I could see spirits at a very young age. Let me turn the air back on. So, at a very young age, since I could see spirits, I don't consider them imaginary. I would imagine they put imaginary here because some parents don't believe their kids when they could see spirits and they classify them as imaginary. You feel drawn to crystals and their healing properties. Yep. Well, you can't see over there, but this whole shelf here is all crystals, and half the shelf there is crystals. I don't know if you can see right there my pendulums hanging, and I've got more pendulums hanging up there and here, and we go dig up our own crystals and stones and stuff like that. So that would be a yeah. You like physical touch and stimuli. For me, absolutely not. If the touch isn't from my immediate family members, like my husband or my children, I don't like to be touched. I want them out of my circle. I have a circle that I try to keep everybody out of, because when they get too close, I can feel their energy. And if they're depressed and all of that, I don't want to feel that. Sometimes if I touch them, I can pick up things and read them and pick up things that I don't even want to know. So I don't like physical touch outside the immediate family. I've had friends say, can I have a hug? And they're having a bad day, and I'm like, no. I know it sounds mean and hateful and ugly, but my bubble is a protective bubble that I keep out. I'll help them all I can. I'll answer all I can, but we're going to do it without touchy-feely. You daydream a lot. I don't daydream a lot, but I am constantly got things going through my head on the next steps I need to do. What do I need to do next? That kind of thing. But that's not daydreaming. I see it a lot as my guides telling me what I need to do next. Take care of A, B, and C so you can get D done at the end of the day. I'm not talking about chores. I'm talking about spiritual stuff. You have memories of living on another planet. I don't have memories of living on another planet, but I do wonder a lot about the other planets. You read about starseeds. It's almost a given that I know. I printed this out because it's easier for me to read this that's printed out from the internet than to try to explain things just on my own. Even though I'm half-assed doing that anyway, as I'm reading these, I'm kind of telling you about myself, so I'm kind of grouping it all together. You have seen things science can't explain all the time. You believe that there's life elsewhere. Well, absolutely. We would be, in my mind, we would be crazy not to think that. I know there's some out there that think the opposite, and that's up to you to think how you want. But I know what I know. You can easily read between the lines and pick up on nuisances. Before you go any further, well, before I go to the next page, think about the things that I've already mentioned, okay? So, what we're going to do now is, I went over this page, and I'm going to break it down now on each one, like the homesickness, strong sense, you know, the list I gave you. Now I'm going to kind of break it down more, even though I've told you about me, how I am. I'm going to break it down even further, okay? So, homesickness. Most starseeds feel a strong sense of displacement, as though they've been dropped here without a compass or a map. You feel homesick for a place you've never been before, the stars. It's likely you are attached to more than one cluster in particular. You have longing to go back home. The next one, strong sense of not belonging on Earth. You see Earth as a temporary home. Sometimes you're not used to it. Everything feels new and exciting. You find miracles where others would find mundane. I go outside somewhere and driving down a road or somewhere, and I see a new plant or flower I haven't seen. I get excited. I want my husband to stop and check it out. My husband will be driving, and he knows too how I am. And he's like, "Oh, honey, do you have that? Do you have that? What is that?" And he's always pointing them out to me also. He's a starseed also, but he's a different type. I haven't pinpointed that yet. You love extraterrestrial shows and programming. So starseeds find comfort and familiarity in extraterrestrials, space travel, star jumping, psychic endeavors, and worlds built on magical premises. For this reason, you might be drawn to shows such as Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, Star Wars, Harry Potter, SG-1, etc., etc., etc. These worlds don't feel alien, but rather remind you of home. The next one, strong sense of being different. From a younger age, starseeds know they're different. They might not be physically different between you and other people, but you can sense you're on the outside looking in. The next one, empath. You're always been able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. It's easier to feel the pain of others even when you don't want to. That's the reason I keep my bubble. Number 6, strong sense of an unfulfilled purpose. You're constantly searching for the thing that gives you a life purpose. You feel like you are here to complete a mission, and you've meant to walk a path less traveled. Number 7, freedom seeker. Starseeds are known to value their freedom. They're highly creative and gifted individuals who can often be found in leadership roles or self-employment. They feel drawn to working in a field that means something. Number 8, you're intelligent and love learning. Intelligence comes in many forms, but you love to learn. You will spend hours digging deep into anything and everything that fascinates you. My husband's on the road and he'll call me. He's like, "What you been doing?" And I'm like, "I spent the last 2 hours researching something." Or I'm like, "I need to do a video later." So I've been thinking and writing down what I need to remember to say. So intelligence comes in many forms. We've said that. Orion starseeds is particularly are fast learners and often devote their life to furthering Earth's knowledge in a particular field. Number 9, your intuition is strong. Yep. Starseeds have a strong intuition because it's what they've always known. It's a gift from their original civilization. You have gut feelings that can't be ignored. Number 10, you've experienced a deep spiritual awakening. The fact you're reading this means you've likely already had a deep spiritual awakening. You might have been through the dark side of the soul. It's likely you've already begun your unique spiritual journey. See, and I don't use certain words with meanings of what I am. I've been asked if I'm so many different things. I've been asked if I'm a shaman. I've been asked if I'm a healer. I've been asked if I'm a witch. I've been asked if I'm a good witch, if I'm a bad witch. I've been asked about witchcraft. I've been asked so many things. And my answer is always the way that I see myself is I'm a spiritual being. That's how I answer. Because I don't see it just as one thing, to classify yourself as one thing. A lot of people do, and that's up to them. There's nothing bad about it. But for me, being a spiritual being, like I normally say in all of my videos and all of my titles where I put mystical, love, and light, all things spiritual, that's where that comes in. I'm a spiritual being, so I see all things spiritual. meaning a whole group of things. I don't give myself just one title. It's all things spiritual. Number 11, you are a highly sensitive person. With too much internal stimuli, you get easily overwhelmed emotionally, mentally, and energetically. You are a highly sensitive person who purposely tries to avoid confrontation and busy, crowded places. Yes, I don't go to crowded places. My husband don't like going to crowded places. It's too much going on, too much energy. A lot of bad juju energy, a lot of negative energy, a lot of people pissed off in the world. I don't want to pick up all of that from all these people in the crowd. You have psychic or paranormal abilities. Definitely, yep. So, that's number 12. So it says, while they might not be developed, most starseeds have some form of psychic or paranormal ability. You might be gifted in automatic writing or astral projection or clairvoyance, mediumship, a whole host of other abilities. Or you may have a strong urge to learn more about these practices. Number 13. You've had a triggering major trauma life experience or event. Starseed awakens are often triggered by a traumatic life experience or event, especially family, death, bullying, losing a job, getting into major debt, etc. Can all trigger starseeds to awaken and remember more about who they truly are. Number 14. You feel like you're an old soul who has been here before. That's I always say, I'm an old soul. Not all starseeds have been here before, but if you feel wise beyond your years, then you could be an old soul. I've never, even when I was in school, junior high, high school, I didn't hang around crowds. I didn't go to a lot of parties. I didn't follow the crowd. I didn't do what they were doing. I didn't experiment with drugs. I've never even smoked pot before. I don't take no pills. I don't even take obviously no prescription pills, but I don't even take over-the-counter pills. I don't take Tylenol. I don't take none of that. So I didn't go to all these parties and stuff where people, to me, at that time, because of their age, and I always felt like I was so much older than them, I always felt like they were idiots. Total idiots. I'm like, I'm not going to go. They're all idiots. Sorry for anybody out there that parties, but that's how I felt around them. So I didn't go to them. I didn't follow the crowd. I did my own thing. There could be 100 people having a party. I'd be somewhere else by myself. Maybe out walking in the woods or something. Starseeds may have more than one Earth mission, so it is possible you've experienced a previous life on Earth. New starseeds typically experience anxiety and depression on Earth far more than old soul starseeds do. Holistic health and natural remedies interest you. While you appreciate the value of traditional medicine, you acknowledge that our current understanding of the human body is limited. You're interested in holistic remedies and treatments regardless of scientific explanations. I read a lot of stuff on scientific explanations when it comes to medical stuff that I totally do not agree with. I think it's the complete opposite of what I'm reading. I'm like, no way. You may have benefited from one or more treatments yourself. Starseeds can have a hard time having their various illnesses and being diagnosed by doctors. Starseeds are most likely to fall under the "we just don't know what's wrong with you" category. Number 16. You have an aversion to harm or violence. Starseeds are generally like souls who have a strong aversion to harm or violence. You cannot understand how human beings can be so cruel to each other, to animals, or to earth. True, it makes me sick to my stomach. You are likely to advocate of human, animal, or earth rights. Number 17, babies, children, and animals are drawn to you. It's often said that opposites attract, but not in this case. Babies, young children, and animals can sense purity and innocence. They can also sense intention. You're like the Snow White of little ones. Your aura naturally draws them to you. Number 18, your image, what life would be like. Oh, that gnat. Excuse me. I have a bug zapper in the front room because we're in the country and there's a creek right next to my house. Every time we open up the door, either gnats or mosquitoes come flying in, and I actually have a bug zapper in the front room. I'm gonna have to bring it in here next time I get ready to do a video. You'll sit there and listen to it pop. How do you know you're a redneck? When you sit around and listen to your bug zapper. That's me and my husband. Okay, so 18. Wait, did I finish the other one from the 17? They can also sense intuition. You're like the Snow White of little ones. Your aura naturally draws them to you. Okay, we got that one. Number 18. You imagine what life would be like on other planets or galaxies. This is a strong starseed sign. You often fantasize what other civilizations might look like in alternate worlds and dimensions. Since I have a gift and I can see a lot of things come from other dimensions, I can only imagine the things that I have seen. This fantasy goes way beyond a sci-fi film. It's possible you're remembering traces of the past life. Number 19. You're into conspiracy theories and documentaries. Unsolved mysteries, unusual myths, long lost worlds. It is considered out there. You're into it. Conspiracy theories are your thing. You might even keep this knowledge to yourself as you realize many people aren't willing to entertain such ideas. You feel that, number 20, you feel that you've inherited very little from your parent traits. Well, I already discussed that. But this paper says starseeds often feel like they're unrelated to their biological family. You might have little in common in them or share little to no physical traits. This is often because starseeds are placed within a family at a certain time to perform their mission. Let me read that again. You might have little in common with them to share little to no physical traits. This is often because starseeds are placed within a family at a certain time to perform their mission. In other words, just because you're a starseed in your family, it doesn't mean your siblings are. It doesn't mean your parents were. It depends on when the reincarnation took place, if that starseed was your reincarnation. This mission might even entail healing a broken family from within. You had imaginary friends as a child. That's 21. Starseeds are very open-minded. If you had imaginary friends as a child, don't be so quick to dismiss that they were imaginary. Exactly what I said. Starseed children, and I always tell people when they tell me, well, my child's seeing this, my child's seeing that, you know, what do I need, you know, to do to correct it? What is there to correct? Embrace it. Work with the child. Talk to the child. Ask the child questions. Don't ask the child leading questions. Ask the child questions and let them answer in their own words what they're seeing. I guarantee you almost every time that's not imaginary. But it's the parents. I have this thing with, okay, parents are the worst when it comes to their children when they're seeing things. Oh, you're not seeing anything. It's just imagination. There's nothing there. Just forget about it. They're not letting the child embrace their gift. Talk to your child, for heaven's sakes. Don't let them feel like they're an outcast. Talk to them. Open up to them. I'm glad my mom never did that to me. Never, ever did she do that to me. Starseed children especially possesses incredible spiritual communicative abilities. It's possible you were interacting with every passing spirit or spirits who walk across multiple dimensions. Exactly. That's what I say. I have seen so much. People say, well, how come, you know, people don't ever talk about seeing like dinosaurs and stuff that they were in the past? Hello. I've seen them run right across me in front of my vehicle when I'm driving. So they're there. I've seen them. It was cool as crap. But yeah, they're there. If you have the gift, you're going to see the different things from the different dimensions. Things that you could not even imagine how to explain. So don't just brush your kids' things of what they say they see up underneath the carpet. Don't do that to them. Starseeds. Okay, I've read that one. It's possible for you. It's possible you were interacting with either passing spirits or spirits who walk across multiple dimensions. We read that. Related. Are you a crystal, rainbow, or indigo child? Now, it says related. I may have to do another video on that, on crystal, rainbow, or indigo child, because it's a bit different in its own way, in its own right. Comment below if you want me to do a video on that. If you're a crystal, rainbow, or indigo child. Okay, number 22. You're fascinated by astronomy and spirituality and astrology. Astronomy and astrology. Okay, certain types of starseeds are likely to have a deep fascination with all things astrology and astronomy and spiritually related. Born from the stars, starseeds are curious to know about their surroundings and even their next destination. The love of learning spans across all metaphysical disciplines. You're likely gifted in divination, the art of tarot, astral travel, and other spiritual gifts such as automatic writing. Now, I do osteomancy readings. I do throw in bones, yes, no readings. I do the pendulum, yes, no readings. I used to do tarot, but I'm not doing tarot anymore since I do the osteomancy readings, because all that takes up way so much time, and it takes up energy too. So those are on my Etsy shop, by the way, if you're ever interested. 23. You feel drawn to crystals and their healing properties. Crystals are said to harness their own unique and sacred energy. as they are harvested from deep below the Earth's surface, or in some cases from fallen meteorites debris. It's no wonder star seeds are so attached to these magnificent healing tools. Star seeds value and recognize each crystal's individual strengths and weaknesses. And if you ever want to know more about the crystals, let me know. I actually have a book. I can see it from here. It says Crystals, Minerals, and Stones. And I can go over some stuff in that for you too. I think I've showed that book before here on YouTube. Because I had the book, because when we go to the crystal mines and we go to the diamond mines and we dig up different kinds of crystals, different kinds of stones, jaspers, all this, sometimes I'm like, what is this? What is this? Well, I have a book over there too. Star seeds value and recognize each crystal's individual strengths and weaknesses. Number 24, you daydream a lot. Hand in hand with their creative ability, star seeds have the tendency to daydream a lot. Some even fall into the realm of maladaptive daydreaming when it can become pretty invasive during their awakening Earth life. Number 25, you have memories of living on another planet. This one isn't guaranteed, although some starseeds during their awakening stages have remembered snippets of information about their past lives. This often will occur during dream state, regressional hypnosis, or astral travel. Number 26, you believe that there's life elsewhere. Pretty obvious. But if you're a starseed, it's a given. You believe in life, however it may exist, elsewhere in the wondrous yet mystical universe. 27. You like physical touch and stimuli. Emotional beings, starseeds, typically like physical touch and stimuli. You like to be hugged and cuddled and shown respect. However, you know when to put boundaries in place so you're not dependent on receiving affection. Number 28, you read about starseeds. I don't believe in coincidences. And I always say that, I don't believe in coincidences. If you're reading this, it's likely you're here just to confirm your suspicions. You have seen, number 29, you have seen things science cannot explain. While I love science, it's easy to see beyond it. You have seen or witnessed things that science cannot explain. And try as it does, even the scientist's explanation doesn't make sense. I swear sometimes scientists make shit up because they don't have an answer. You hate cover-up stories. Seeing unnatural phenomena doesn't scare you, but rather it intrigues you. Number 30. Others are drawn to your ability. Did I get it? Hell, no. That thing drives me bananas. One freaking one. Okay. I lost my spot. While I love science, it's easy to see beyond it. You have seen or witnessed things that science cannot explain. And try it does. Even scientists' explanation doesn't make sense. You hate cover-up stories. Seeing unnatural phenomena doesn't scare you, but rather it intrigues you. I read that again because I kind of got sidetracked with that stupid gnat. Number 30, others are drawn to your ability to help and support them. Like babies and animals, your aura attracts people to you. Healers and strong ones, like starseeds, will frequently come into contact with broken people. Tell me about it. But I always try to help. If they're being really sincere, asking for help, and is willing to listen, they don't have to take all your advice. But if they're willing to listen to better themselves, I'm all there for them. if they're asking for help and they don't want to lift a finger to help themselves, I'm not going to do anything for them. Because the way that I see it is, if you're going to ask for my help, if I'm going to give you 100% of me, of my energy, of my time, of my thinking, of my knowledge, of my knowing to help you, by God, you're going to put something in it too. Just throwing it out there. This includes both those who really need healing and those who are energy vampires. So that just covered that. It covered that, but if they're an energy vampire, I'm going to stay away from them. I'm not going to help you because you're not sincere. I guess I should throw that word in there. If you're sincere, I will be there for you. If you're asking for my help and you're not sincere and you want me to do all the work, no, it don't work that way. From the critical ill to the narcissist of the world, your aura and high vibrational nature draws them in. Actually, it doesn't say draws them in. It says draws the ill in. And ill, I-L-L, is in parentheses. Of course, not all of this is a bad thing, but Starseeds needs to learn to push back and not give unnecessarily. Missed it again. So that part right here, this last one just covered what I was saying a second ago. Let me read that again. Of course, not all this is a bad thing, but Starseeds need to learn to push back and not give unnecessarily. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to give unnecessarily. You show me, things just keep coming across my phone. You show me you're willing to pitch in to help yourself, then I will help you. But don't ask for my help if you're not willing to help yourself. Number 31. You're a vegetarian or a vegan. Not always the case. That's me. But as Starseeds value animal and earth rights, it's possible a high percentage of them are vegetarian or vegan. If you want to swap meat for more veggies, it's possible you're a starseed in awakening too. Now, sometimes I just want vegetables and don't want meat, but I'm not going to take meat out of my diet either. And it's not going to be meat from a big store that's out just slaughtering everything and putting all these freaking high prices on everything. No, I don't buy my meat that way. I don't buy my meat from no big chicken houses that go through and slaughter thousands and thousands of them a day. No. I was raised on a farm. And what was there for us to eat meant something. And you thank the animal for being there, you know, for you to do that, and that's what you raise it for. But you're doing it to live. You're not doing it for money like these big companies do. If that makes any sense to you. That's kind of how I justify it. 32. You can easily read between the lines and pick up. It was flying around. I was going to whack it again. You can easily read between the lines and pick up on nuisances. Starseeds are adept to picking up on fine nuisances, but it is body language, tone of voice, or even the tone of an email. You can tell right off the bat if someone is off with you. You're incredibly emotional, intelligent, and can read a room with just a quick scan. Yes, that part is true. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Hope to see you soon on the next video. I'm going to try to start, instead of saying thanks for watching, because people cut it off early, I'm gonna try to learn how to do the end card. So I'm gonna say, hope to see you on the next one. So that way when I learn, I can attach it. Thank you for watching. I said it. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye.